Good morning, all. So, yesterday we discussed about exception handling, right? So, in that, we discussed about what is the exception handling definition and what is meant by exception and some example, right? Example like attending interview, right? One person want to attend so and so company. Uh, in between, he got unwanted, unexpected situation has occurred. So he took one, alternate solution, and he reached the destination and he completed the task gracefully. Clear? So, like that only, exception handling. These are all some. What is meant by graceful termination? What is meant by abnormal termination? And what is the main purpose? Main purpose of the exception handling is to provide the alternate solution. Moreover, to run the program gracefully. Even though unwanted, unexpected situation will occur, we have to handle that. I would say handle that exception by surrounded with try catch or throws. After that, hierarchy discussed. So Java.lang object, it is a superclass for all classes, and Java.lang throwable is the class. It is the superclass for all exceptions, and throwable has two child classes, exception and error. So null point exception is the class, child class of runtime exception, or to the runtime exception, direct child class of exception. Illegal argument exception is the also one exception, indirect class of exception class, as well as array index out of boundary exception and arithmetic exception, and IO exception. Like we are dealing with files, right? Then we can find out file not found exception. Then, and file not found exception is direct child class to exception, and class not found exception is also direct child class of exception. Exception is the child class, their superclass is Java.lang throwable. This is hierarchy. After that, we discussed about this is a hierarchy explanation, definition about exception and error, and checked exception, unchecked exceptions, right? If you encountered with any exception, it might be either unchecked exception or checked exception. So checked exception comes under all runtime and their child classes, error and their child classes. In the hierarchy, exception and their child classes, error and their child classes comes under runtime exception. When it will come? Runtime only, nothing but at execution time. It won't come at the time of compilation time. It's very important point. So runtime exception nothing but unchecked exception. Exception nothing but checked exceptions. It will occur at the time of compile time. This one at the runtime. Runtime nothing but at the execution time. Okay. After that, checked and exception definitions and note point. Okay, whenever it is checked or unchecked exception, always runtime exception it will occur, and checked exception will also come at the time of compile time also. One is compile time, one is runtime. And syntax of the try block and keywords. So in this exception handling we have few keywords: try, catch, finally, throw and throws. Okay, someone will write throws keyword immediately to after method, right? All right. I will discuss about this method. Who will create the object? Okay. Now I will explain. After that, throwable. This is the exceptions. Okay. Now let me continue yesterday's coding explanation. So yesterday what we did, we created one class, right? In this class, in this method, what is the method name? Perform arithmetic is my method name. In this method I pass two arguments, integer x and integer y. Inside this method, for understanding explicitly, I wrote one line, method started. After that, try catch block. Why you have to give the try catch block? What is the necessary? Because of I am passing arguments 10 0. In Java, if you divide any value with divided by 0, it will throw exception, right? So obviously control will starts from main method. It is the entry point for execution, you know. After that, this is the entry point. In this entry point, control will come and it will check the sixth line. What is that sixth line? Main method started. It's printed on the console. Now it will check the object creation. This is the object for first class, right? What is the first class name? This is second class. I didn't created object for second class, right? This is class 2. What is my first class name? Class 1 service. To this class only I created object in the second class. Why? I want to pass the arguments. It will store inside the parameters. Understand the linking? So I created object for the first class in the second class. It is valid in the Java. Okay. Now I created object. After that, with the reference variable, I invoked the one non-static method. This is belongs to first class, and I pass one argument. Wantedly I pass the 0 as the argument. Then from this line only, it won't go to the 10th line. It will call the first class method. It will go inside this method, and 10 will assign to x, right? 10 will assign to x, and integer y became 0. From where these arguments is coming? From the second class. I pass here. In the 9th line, it will redirect to first class. In the first class, it will store here. After that, it will go to the 6th line, method started. It's printed on the second thing, method started. After that, we know any value divided by 0, it became arithmetic exception. So x, in the x value, what it stored? 10. 10 divided by 0. In y value, it will store 10. So 10 divided by 0. 10 divided by 0. Divide 0. Then it will become arithmetic exception, right? Arithmetic exception occurred. So this is unwanted, unexpected situation. When it will come? At the time of compile time, at the time of execution time. This is called unchecked exceptions. At the time of execution time, we are getting error exception, that is nothing but unchecked exception, right? Unchecked exception occurred at the time of runtime, nothing but execution time, right? In the Java, we have two things. One thing we have to compile, one thing we have to execute. At the execution time only, whatever the exception occurred, we will call unchecked exceptions. In that, one is exception is arithmetic exception. That only yesterday I demonstrated. Now I saw what we have to do. What we have to give the alternate solution. Even though it is unwanted and unexpected, we have to surround it with the try catch block. Otherwise, throws keyword. Immediately this method. Someone will write here throws keyword and they will write exception names. Arithmetic exception, comma, otherwise IO exception, file not found exception. This is one way. I am trying first way. I am surrounded that exception with the try block. This is one way, and otherwise you can write throws and you can write what is the exception. What is the exception occurred in this method? That thing we have to write here. Okay, that is one way. So I choose first way, try catch block. So in the try block, what is the try block meant for? Try block is meant for risky code. What is here risky code? 10 divided by 0. Whatever the risky code we have to place inside the try block. Risky code we have to place inside the try block. That is meant for try block. And catch block, alternate solution. This is meant for alternate solution. Okay, you got error at the time of runtime. You have to put that one in the try block. And what is the alternate solution? You can give any message, otherwise provide any logic. Here we have to write logic. In the real time, they will create loggers, otherwise logic or loggers. Loggers. Okay. In the real time, they will provide loggers, otherwise some logic. That is nothing but alternate solution. Clear? After that, I wrote some statement out of this catch block. Done. So then controller will come to the ninth line to first class, and it will check try block. Now actually what will happen here in this method, let me explain. In this method, so let me write some points. Let me write this method. This method closed here, right? Okay, let me take this whole thing. Let me copy. Let me start. Okay. Now this is the method, right? In the second class. Class 2, okay. In the class 2 we have method. In this method, what is the try method? First point, try block meant for risky code. Whichever the line may cause the problem. Whichever the line disturb the execution flow at the runtime. Such code we have to place inside the try block. Understood? And second point, right? Inside the try block, risky code we have to place. Second point, corresponding action we have to place in the catch block. Corresponding means, corresponding matlab relative, nothing but alternate solution. Corresponding action we have to place in catch block. Understood? After that, in the one line exception occurred, right? In this line exception occurred. Now, third point, suppose exception occurred. In the, assume in the sum, this is the fourth line. Assume it is in the fourth line. Now, where is the exception is occur inside the method? This is the part of method, right? Where is the exception occurred? In this method. In this method, right? What is the method name? Perform arithmetic. Let me write 3.1. Exception occur in the part of method. That method name is perform arithmetic. In my case, this is the method. In your case, might be XYZ, some X variable. Right? In that X variable, you can write your method name. So this is one point where actually exception occurred in the method only, right? So inside any exception, code is there or not, means corresponding the catch block is there or not, compiler will check. Inside the method, what can I write? Corresponding the catch block available or not. This is one point. So exception occurred in the one block and compiler will check exception occurred. Corresponding alternate solution, nothing but catch block available or not. This is one point. Control will come to the corresponding catch block. Then it will skip the try block. It will skip the try block and it will go to the catch block. So one more important point, if you write one more line under this try block, suppose it is a fourth line. In the fourth line exception occurred. In the fifth line, assume in the fifth line you write any logic, some logic you wrote, it won't execute. This is important point. In the try block, fourth, whatever the risk code we have to place. First point. In the second point, if you write any logic, it won't execute. If you write any statement, it won't execute. Right? The controller will check this, just check this one. Either the corresponding catch block is there or not, it will check and it will skip and it won't execute this logic. So note here, we have to place as minimum lines in the try block. Why? It won't execute. Right? It won't execute. That's why we have to put, otherwise you have to place minimum lines in the try block. Whatever the risky code, that is recommended in the try block. Alternate solution, you can write some logic. So in the try block, code won't execute. Hence, thing which is not caused any problem does not place any try block. So we cannot place any logic. That is one thing. After that, in the try block, the code won't execute anything. So we don't place. Let me write here. Fourth one. Let me write place minimum lines in the try block. Fifth one, by using the parent class reference we can hold the child class, right? I will talk about now catch block. This is the one child class, arithmetic exception. In the place I will write exception. Nothing will happen. It's not a big deal. Right? Yesterday also I demonstrated this one. Let me go through here. In the place of where is this one, catch block. If you know what is the exact exception, you can write. Otherwise you can remove this one. You can remove this thing and you can write parent class exception. It's not a big deal. From hierarchy, right? If you go to the hierarchy, if you know what is the exception exactly, you can write arithmetic exception. Otherwise you can give parent class. That is the thing. That line I will write here. That line only I wrote in this one, exception. Clear? I am talking about now catch block. So that method create the exception object, error message and hand over to the JVM. So this method is the, what is that method name? Perform arithmetic. In my case, perform arithmetic is my method name. In your case might be demo. In your case might be sample. That is your method name. So this method is the responsible for creating object, for XYZ object with error message. The method is the responsible for creating the object and error message and hand over to JVM, Java Virtual Machine. So in the catch block we will hold the any kind of exception, right? Suppose in the catch block, if you write the exception, then it will handle any type of exception. Any type of exception. That exception might be null or arithmetic and what else, illegal argument, array index of boundary, right? If you simply give the exception here, any type of exception, it will hold. Clear? Done. After this, let me go to the PPT. Now yesterday we discussed about arithmetic and today we will talk about some exception. Okay, we will talk about null point exception. Okay, for this. So this is some points regarding yesterday class. Not only yesterday class, complete method, about method. It might be arithmetic exception, it might be null point exception. This method is the responsible for creating object and creating the error message, and it will hand over to the Java virtual machine. Clear? So, okay, let me go to some coding part. Yesterday we done arithmetic exception. Today we will talk about null point exception. Mostly in the industry we are facing this exception, null point exception. We'll see code. Let me open the src. What is my package name? com.exception sample. com.abcdefg exception sample. Oh, com.exception sample, right? So com.exception sample, com.okay. Where is that? Okay. So this is the thing, right? So yesterday we discussed about in this package simple in the single class how to handle that exception. Same arithmetic exception. Two classes I wrote. I pass the arguments in the second class from the 9th line. It will store inside the first class. How to handle that one I demonstrated. Now let me create now in this package null point exception. Let me create class null sample. Yeah. Let me hit finish. In this, let me write public static void main method. No. Okay, main space bar. No. Method name is main, control space bar, main method. Okay, in this main method, let me take one variable, string. Right? String default value is null. Equal to, let me take now null. Simple null. System dot let me check length. What's this length? I don't know. Let me check how it will work. Let me run this code. It's printed 4. Now let me remove this one. Let me save this one. Name error. Initialize the variable. Null. Save this one. Let me run this one. Null point exception. Now, previously in the string whatever you added, we can get data. Now, if you remove that one and it throw the null point exception. So how to handle this exception? So it is showing that message exception thread main java.lang is a package null pointer exception. Now after that it is telling that September student batch, it is my project name com.pack1, okay, com.pack1 package one dot Sunday. What is this Sunday? Oh, okay, I created in another package. Okay, no issue. It's also one package, and null sample is my class name. In the main method, ninth line. In the ninth line is the exception. This is the exception. And this is the as well as risky code. So what is the thing we have to do? Surrounded with the try catch block. In the try catch block, what I have to do? I have to put the risky code. Simple. And let me give the alternate solution. System.out.println. So something resolved. Let me write any alternate solution. You tried. What can I write? You tried to use null object. Something. I will write one message like this. Control A, Shift F. Out of this, let me write system.out.println. Let me write normally. Save this one. Let me run this code again. Handle. Right? Now I got the null point exception, but I surrounded with the try catch block. So risky code we have to put in the try block. Alternate solution, we have to write, you are try to use the null object, it's printed, and system.out.println, program continues, normally it's printed on the thing. Now I will try to write one more line in the sysout. In the try block, let me write name not mentioned. Save this one. Let me run this code. It won't print. That's why in the try block we have to place as minimum as lines. Clear? This is about what is this sample null point exception. Right? This is null point exception. Even though you face at the runtime execution time, right? It is not showing any error at the compile time. It is showing the exception at the time of execution time only. Suppose what is my execution, what is my exception, if you want to know, just write system.out.println, sys out, control space, let me write E, copy this one, give the E here, just E, it is the reference variable, then let me run this one, it will show the exception. What is exactly exception? Java.lang. Null point exception. You didn't added any data to the string. Generally string means you have to give the sequence of characters, string variable equal to name. Let me write something, Krishna, something name. Right? Sequence of characters, nothing but string. I didn't give any data. Then it throw the null point exception. Then we have to handle with the try catch. Clear? Now we will go to the one more thing. We will see some two more things after that. Illegal argument. Okay, we will see illegal argument. One more thing. We create new class. Capital I, illegal sample is my class name. Let me take public static void main method. Just me hit enter. Okay. Let me remove this console. In this, how to develop the illegal arguments. Let me write. Let me write here. Suppose one method. I will write one method. Void set age. Let me take set age method. Open braces, close braces. Now it's not a static method. This time I will take static keyword. Static. Now it became static method. Now let me write one if condition. Simple if. Not if, not if else. Simple if. I will take only simple if. Here let me write condition. So here we have to one variable. So I will pass here for integer. Age is my parameter. Age less than or equal to 0. Then if this condition is true, then enter into this block and print this statement age something age is fine. Let me check. This is not my intention. I want to show the typecast block. That is my intention. Now if statement after that. So in the main method, let me pass the argument set age. See now what I did here. This is a static method. Static method we can call directly, otherwise with the class name. What is my class name? Illegal. Okay, this is my class name. Illegal. Oh, spelling rot. Otherwise, let me write only illegal sample. Let me modify this name, rename as illegal sample. Save this one. Let me copy this class. With the class name, we have to call the static method. See now, main method set age. We can call either with the direct, we have to give here arguments actually. Then it became okay. Directly we can call this static method, otherwise with the class name. I will call with class name. Let me remove, just me put this one in the comments. Here it is expecting arguments. Age, right? In this, if I pass here argument, it will show, it will go inside and it will check, it will store inside this age and it will check the condition, it will become the, it will return the boolean value, true or false. If condition is true, it will enter inside. It will print. Otherwise, system.out.println simple no. I will write. Now let me write properly. Let me give the proper thing. Let me give some 20. Age 20. Let me run. What will happen? No. Why? Age is 20. Less than 0. 20 not less than 0. It's printed next line. Let me give here 30. Save this one. Age and it's printed next line also. Just a minute. Let me view here. Okay, now what I done here, first I try to print this one, again I gave the proper thing. Now what I will give, I will give minus 5. Oh, minus 5. Let me save this one. What exception will come now? Let me give the 0. Let me save this one. Let me run. Okay, it's working fine. Y age less than 0. Let me save this one. Let me run. No, it should be not come. It should become illegal argument. We have to pass positive only. So condition might be wrong. Let me try like this. Let me run like this. Then it's printed no. Teacher age. Okay. Illegal arguments. Illegal arguments. It is expecting integer. Let me give string. It is illegal. Let me see what will come. Okay. This is the illegal. Right? So 16th line, I pass the illegal argument, right? It is expecting integer. I pass string, right? That is the thing. So you have to simple put in the try block, put in the catch block, we can handle this one. Same thing. This is about illegal. Simple, right? Simple. Take this whatever the line showing the error, put in the try block and catch block. Now we'll go fastly. Some other thing, we have to cover a lot of things. Null point exception. Null done, illegal done, array. We'll see array. Let me create. So if you pass the correct arguments, then it became okay. What I am trying to make a point here now. Class let me write array index out of boundary. So array exception. Okay, fine. We take public static void main method and hit finish. Let me write now. Let me remove this code. Comments. Now let me take integer. Array integer equal to. Before that, let me take variable name number equal to. Let me take 10, 20, 30 and braces. Close this one. So we know index always start with 0, 1, 2. Right? We know these things. Now let me write system.out.println. Number in the square braces. Let me pass the. What is the maximum limit? 2. Let me pass 3 now. Save this one. See now, at the compile time it won't throw any exception. Now let me save this one. Control Shift F. control save this one. Let me run this code. It will throw exception array index out of box exception, right? This limit is maximum 2 only, 0 1 2. If I pass the 3, there is no I would say boundary. If I pass 2, sorry, not 2, save this one, it will go to the index to the 2 and it will print the 30. If I pass 4, save this one, then what is the exception? Array index out of the box exception. So we have to handle this one. How to handle? Same thing. What is the exception here? Array index. What is the exception actually occurred in the 8th line? In the 8th line, put in the try block. Same process. Open braces, close braces. Put in the risky code in the try block, followed by catch block. Give the parent class exception reference variable e, and give the alternate solution. Control A, Control Shift F. Control. Let me write one alternate solution. System.out.println. What can I write? Okay. You are trying to access an index which doesn't exist. It is not there. Only they created cells for these 3 only, but you are trying to access 4th one, which is not available. Simple. This is the alternate solution. And let me write one more line. System.out problem. Program runs normally. Now I encountered, otherwise I faced with the array index of boundary, index 4 out of the boundaries for the length is 3, right? Length is 3 only, but you are trying to access that one. So it throw the exception. I surrounded with the try catch. Let me run this one. Even though I faced the out of boundary exception, let me run this one. Handled successfully. Program, okay, GRAM runs normally. Exception means not meant for fixing. Exception means even though you encountered with the exception, you have to take alternate solution, you have to go forward. Clear? So that is the thing. Even though I entered the 4, I got arithmetic, out of boundary exception, surrounded with the try block, and I run the exception. I took the alternate solution. I completed program gracefully. Clear? Now let me write, let me try this one. So this is done, null done, illegal done, array done, arithmetic done, file not found. Okay, we'll talk about last one, file not found exception. We'll try. After that, we'll close this exception. Handling. For that purpose, let me write in the notepad. Let me take. I don't write this file not found exception in this thing. Eclipse, I will write in the notepad. Okay. First thing, what I have to do, let me take, this is, assume, this is a, I don't write here names, it will throw some error. This is uh, what is that? File not found exception, right? File not found exception demo I will write here. Class. First of all, whenever you take the notepad, take class first. Take the class name, open brace, close brace immediately in the notepad. After that main method, public static keyword return type void main method string square braces arcs open braces close braces. After this let me write one class name. What is that class name? Means print writer. So always class starts with uppercase. Print writer, WR is my reference variable, equal to new keyword, print writer. Print writer, braces. Now with the reference variable WR dot, let me give some data in the file. To give this file we have to give some dummy path. Let me give h dot backward slash to backward slash, let me write demo which is not exist in my file dot txt. This folder not available in my file. How many folders I have? Let me go to the PC. I have D drive, E drive, F drive, but I don't have H drive. In the H drive I am giving one text. So here let me give some data, something high. So this is one class name, main method, immediately close that braces, class open, class close. I created object for the print writer. In that not exist drive, not exist file. So in this scenario I want to try to make a point, file not found exception. Now let me write WR dot flush dot flush. Let me save this one in the file, desktop file. What is that class name? Sample. Copy, save this one, sample dot java double quotes, save this one. So let me go to the desktop file, sample. So sample 10 17 today only, right? Today date, today time. This is a Java file, right? Now let me compile this one. Let me take the, see now, let me open the command prompt in this path, in this directory. Hit the thing, remove this one, command prompt. Okay, let me remove this one, command prompt. See now, desktop file. In this, let me write CLS, clear the screen. Now, first thing what I have to do, I have to compile this one, right? In Java, we know the two things. Java, two things was there. One is the compile. We know this. Compile and execute, nothing but run. Right? Compile and execute. Now let me compile this one. What this thing I have to compile. Let me go to the without space. Let me go to the first line. Save this one. This is third line. This is second line, third line, fourth line, fifth line. Okay. Let me save this one. Let me compile this one. Java C. My class name. Sample dot Java. Compile. Okay. Errors in the seventh line. WR flash. What is that? Okay. I have to close the braces. Semicolon. Save this one. Let me rerun again. Okay. Okay, see now. Let me clear this screen. Let me maximize this one. CLS. Okay. CLS. Clear screen. Now hit the up arrow. Java C sample.java. This is command for compile the one source code, other source file, otherwise Java file. Hit enter. It will throw the error. Cannot find the simple symbol print. Okay. Class printer Java file cannot find a symbol. So this is the error. Right? Let me go to this one. Print writer. Print writer. This is only right. Okay, import. We have to import this one. Why? Because of this is a class. Importing from java.io and print writer. Let me run again now. CLS, clear screen, compile this code. What will happen? Okay, now this is working properly now. What is the thing? In the fourth line, go to the fourth line. This is the third line. Okay. This is the first line, second line, third line, fourth line. In the fourth line, it is showing the error. What is that? In the Java sample class name Java 4 error. Unreported exception. What is here? File not found exception. Why? This file not available in my drive. That drive also not available. This is I want to try to make a point. If file is not available in your file folder, it will throw the file not found exception. Must be cat surrounded with thrown. It is giving the suggestion. Okay, sorry. It is giving the warning. It's not a exception. It is warning. Right? If you are in your file folder, package not like file is not available, then how you continue your process? So it is a one warning. What is that? In the fourth line, class name, reference variable, new, this is not available. So what is the risky code here? This one. So what we have to do with? So we have to put this whole thing in the try block. Let me write here. What is the thing? From main method, not main method. This is the thing, right? From print. So this whole thing, let me put in the try block. Understanding? Try, open brace. This is the risky code. These three are the risky code I entered in the try block. After that, catch, and let me write what is the exception. You can take parent exception, otherwise file not found exception. Exception reference variable E, open brace and close braces. How many braces I opened? 1, 2, 3, right? 3 open, 3 close. So in the try block, this is a risky code. This risky code I entered in the try block. In the catch block, what I have to provide? I have to provide the alternate solution for the catch block. So let me write file not. Let me write what can I write? Let me write one statement. System dot out dot println open brace close brace semicolon. In this, let me write in the string file not found. Save this one, and in this catch block, and system dot out dot println. Let me copy this one and paste here. Let me write employee details, otherwise any person details, person details written successfully, right? This is, let me write hi in the place. Let me write some name. Jerry, no Jerry. Hari. Oh. Let me save this one. So what I am facing here? File not found exception. I have to handle with at the compile time. See now, at the compile time only I got this error in the notepad, right? Now let me compile this one again. Compiled successfully. Why? Because of, even though file is not available in my folder, I surrounded with the try block, try catch block, right? Then we overcome this one and compiled successfully. Now let me run this code. Let me execute this one, Java and sample class name. Hit enter. So what is happened here? Java.sample. Could not find load the main class caused by java.lang class not found. Class not found exception. So this is also an exception. Class is not available, then again it will throw the class not found exception. So sample, compile this one. So Java and my class name. What is my class name? Okay, sample. Oh, my class name is demo, right? I have to compile with the demo. Java C demo.java. Okay, same. Okay, let me clear this one. So what is my class name? I have to compile the class name as a demo, right? In this only I implemented. Oh, sorry, this is not nothing. This is right. In the demo, I encountered with the file not found exception. I surrounded with the try catch block, and I wrote the alternate solution in the catch block, and I wrote one thing in the demo class. This is my class. So I have to compile this one, right? So Java C demo. Let me copy this one. So demo dot Java for compiling code. Oh, Java C. JAVA-C. Class name is demo dot Java for compiling. Compiled. So same. It's not. It found error. So we surrounded with. Again we have to write one more thing. import file not found exception. Import java dot io dot, what is this exception? File not found exception, right? File not found exception. Let me copy this only. File not found exception class. Let me import this one. Java.io dot file not found exception. Save this one, right? So first thing I encoded with the file not found exception. After I imported, let me run this code. So now clear the screen. Java C. My class name is demo.java. Hit enter. Hit enter. Okay. You must be caught with the thrown exception. Demo. Fourth line. First line, second line, third line, fourth line. Let me save this one. Let me run. So this is exhibited, right? This is the at the compile time error only it is showing error. This is the main point, nothing but checked exception, right? But if you write any code, it will run at the time of runtime, nothing but execution time. After it won't throw any error at the time of compile time. So in the IDE, it will take care of the things. Compiling, it will show some suggestion. Then we can override. But if you write the notepad, then if you compile that one, whatever the message it was showing, it is the checked exception. Moreover, it's a compile time exception. Clear? This is about file not found exception. Just hit the C. At the compile time only we can getting error. Clear? This is called checked exception. Simply file not found exception. After that you surround the try block and it will execute successfully. Now let me write Java C sample.java. Okay. Java C sample.java, compile successfully. Java, let me write another class. Okay. Let me remove SAML, hit enter. So see now, caused by java.long class name. Okay, I completed this. Sure. Okay. So last topic, exception handling. So after this, that. Oh, yeah. So yeah, so what I'm trying to make a point. We have two things. One is unchecked. Unchecked, these are all things we are wrote the code, right? We wrote the code at the compile time, it won't throw any error. At the runtime only throw the exception, and moreover we can see that one in the console only. Clear? That is at the time of runtime, otherwise exception. But if you write the, I can write the file not found exception in this one, but I want to demonstrate that one at the compile time only it will show the error. That's why I took the command prompt, I demonstrated error. Clear? So that is the difference between checked and unchecked. Unchecked will come at the time of compilation, file not found exception. These are all at the runtime only. It will throw some so and so error, and we have to try with. I would say, we have to handle with the try catch block. Clear? That's the thing. So with this exception handling done. So tomorrow we'll talk about. Tomorrow means Monday. Monday we'll talk about collections. Okay. That's it for today. Bye bye. Stopping recording.